Good evening guys and welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, something that I really just wanted to kind of come on here and address the topic of is something that's asked very frequently. Now, what are my plans for going into the year 2022? So obviously there will be quite a few people that will be watching this video that may or may not, but probably may not have kind of seen my past season in 2020. So obviously I have taken a full year off, which again, if there's any new kind of subscribers obviously on the channel, they may or may not have seen the part of me taking a full year off. So anybody that knows I've took no longer than 4 or 5 months off in between competitions, so I've been pretty much a seasonal competitor. That just means, for anybody that doesn't know, I will compete obviously throughout my contest prep, and then once it comes to my off season will last pretty much until the next season begins, which is just the following year. So I'll take upwards from, say, November, December, January, February, March, April, and then it'll be time to prep again for the following season, and then once again I will take off another 5 or 6 months. That'll be my off season, straight back into prep. So I've been a seasonal competitor since the very start. So this, me taking a full year off, to be quite honest, it did end up near the kind of 2-year mark, just with how the season ended and when actually I'll be competing, as I won't be competing till the back end of 2020. But that doesn't mean that I won't be dieting beforehand. So again, anybody that kind of obviously knows already, but any new subscribers to the channel, I am a natural athlete, therefore I only have food to help me grow. So that just means I can't grow into a competition. I can't grow in through a diet phase, especially as an experienced competitor and an experienced lifter. It's pretty much impossible for me to be dieting and growing at the same time. So I can't obviously go into a show. And again, I do need upwards of maybe 24 to 26 weeks to diet down. So as you'll know, that is around the kind of 5-6 month mark. So that is not just your average 8 to 12 to 16 weeks. It is quite a lot, therefore I cannot grow into a show. So it ends up around 18 months, give or take 18 months in an off season, which again is very long for me, as I was only ever used to taking 5-6 months and then I was ready to go back into a diet phase, whereas this time I've had to obviously create a lot of different kind of variables to help with my appetite and digestion and progression within the gym, because I've had that much longer throughout my off season. So it's been a very big thing for me, but I am very much ready to go back into prep for 22. So again, this is quite like the first kind of part of the topic that I do want to cover, is when I will be competing, just before I go into where I will be competing. So I will be competing around kind of September, October time. That is usually when the show that I'm going to do happens. Unfortunately in 2020 it didn't happen until December. Yeah, that was the last time I competed, December 2020, as it did keep getting pushed back due to like COVID and things like that. So hopefully, fingers crossed anyway, we are obviously going to be shooting for a little bit earlier this year. And that being said, it is still going to be an end of the season show, as it is going to be the finals. This is going to be the BNBF British Finals, which does usually happen around the kind of end of September mark, start of October mark, or potentially end of October. We'll just have to wait and see, because the dates have still yet to be confirmed. So obviously the second that they do get confirmed, it will be up on my social medias. I will obviously bring a video to YouTube just to kind of bring a little bit confirmation, because I know that there is a few people that will follow my prep, and obviously I do want to document as much of my prep as possible. So if I can bring as much content and obviously confirmation of dates and things like that and where the shows are going to be happening, then again it's only going to help you guys be able to follow. And again, if you want to come to the shows, then it's always going to be a win from that. But like I said, I will be competing at the BNBF British Finals. I will be in the Pro Grand Prix. As anybody again that doesn't know, I was able to confirm and take my pro status in 2020. So I did actually have my pro debut, which was on the exact same day, but this is a little bit different this year. This is going to be a very busy year. I am going to be competing against a lot of people that I've never competed against my whole entire life, and I'm going to be competing against people that I really have looked up to. I've always had that kind of vision of wanting to compete against these guys. Like, these are the best and the best. These are like the best in the world. Like, that is literally not even to blow smoke, not even to just say that because I'm going to be competing with them. That is literally what it is. These guys are like the elite, and for me to obviously be sitting here and be able to look to compete against these guys, and obviously be able to look up to these guys that I am going to be competing with, it's a very massive thing for me. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm going to get on stage, I'm going to get absolutely hammered. Like, that is not the goal. Anybody that knows that's not the goal. I've got visions and I've already seen absolutely anything and everything that I do want to achieve. So that is going to be the exact same as this, going into compete against people who I know myself are the very best of the best, and a lot of people outside of these videos on my channel will again know that these people are the best of the best. So again, I've always got to keep my head on more than anything else. The only thing is, with me, there's not really much to lose apart from the fact that I did obviously take the pro class win in 2020. But at the same time, all of these guys that I'm coming up against are like the people who have been taking the pro wins every single year. The people who know these people are the best of the best. So I mean, it's a massive opportunity for me to be up against these people, especially at such a young age, because I did look up to these people, especially throughout my kind of teenage years and obviously going into the junior classes. These guys were nailing the professional division. So it's like, I'm in that kind of way of, yes, it's a massive opportunity, but also I do really, really want to leave my mark, and I want to put absolutely everything into this and continue putting absolutely everything into this, because I literally dedicate my whole entire life to this. That's not even just a cliche statement that you will hear from a lot of people. This is my life. Bodybuilding is my life. Training's my job. My income comes from this sort of stuff. So it's like, this is everything to me. So I've got that time to put absolutely everything into it, and I have done that throughout this off season. I will continue to do it throughout this off season. We'll be looking into seeing what I'm looking like come the new year, and that'll really dictate how long of prep we will need. Vicky McCann, who is my coach, she will obviously be able to have a look over me and again decide how long I'm going to need moving into prep for 22. But that is really going to be the main goal. So we will be looking to start off prep for the Grand Prix, which will happen obviously, like I said, end of September time, October time, and then following that will be the second show and probably the last show of the season, which will be the Cayman Islands. Fingers crossed we can get to the Cayman Islands. That's where the World Championships will be held. So the DFAC World Championships, which again, the two shows follow each other basically. So the two shows happen 4 weeks apart, which for me I think is perfect. Don't get me wrong, anything under that would still be alright, but then you would be classifying that as kind of two peaks very close to each other, whereas 4 weeks you have got another 3 weeks of dieting to improve your physique, and then we will be straight back into another peak week. So anybody that knows I do run quite a hard peak week as well, so it's not really much to do with the dieting side of things. The dieting side of things kind of all happen, and then we move into the kind of scientific side of peak week and everything that goes down in peak week, which again is just, to me, I still think it's crazy, but I don't even question anything. Another thing, I never question my macros, I never question my calories. So my calories could be still high or they could be very, very, very low, but I always feel if I let that take over and I know what my macros are, I know what my calories are, I could let that dictate how I'm feeling that day, or I could let it hinder my training. As much as sitting here, I'm thinking to myself, I probably wouldn't let it get to me, but at the same time, you've always got that thought process going through your head of, it might get to me. It might just play a tiny, tiny, tiny psychological part, and I just can't risk that. So I just choose to not know. I just choose to get my plan, and I do what I'm told, and that is literally it, and that has got me where I am today. So we are going to be making a kind of main pro debut, you could say. This is my longest off season I've ever been in, and I'm so ready to get back on stage. I'm so ready to get back into a diet. I'm so ready just to train towards the show and everything that's involved. But I also do have to remember that I do have another couple of months of my off season that I need to put fucking everything into. Like, the work's not been done yet. We've still got 1 to 3 months off season still to go, and I really, really, really need to make that count, because as much as I'm still a youngster and a baby in this federation and in the industry itself and everything that I do want to leave a mark, and I want to do my absolute best. And as well, we are potentially looking to move further down south come the new year. So fingers crossed as well. I will be based in a new location once again. I will be based out of a much better training environment, facility. Everything is just being leveled up again and again and again, and that is going to be a very big thing for me. I need to keep leveling up in absolutely every single thing going. So not just this and this gets left, everything needs to be leveled up, and work is getting leveled up, training's getting leveled up, my food again is getting leveled up, my sleep, my recovery, everything going into prep 22. But all that in a nutshell. I will be looking to compete at the back end of 2022, September, October time. BNBF British Finals for the Pro Grand Prix, and then 4 weeks later we will be looking to head out to the Grand Cayman, so the Cayman Islands, which just is madness, but that'll be for the World Finals. Again, I don't know, I know whenever I go to the World Finals I will fall into a weight category, potentially middleweights, heavyweights, I don't actually know yet. I'm definitely not going to be a lightweight unless I end up losing 20 kilo, but that's where we'll fall when it comes to the World Finals. But of course I will keep you guys updated. I really just wanted to kind of cover this because I get asked a lot what my plans are and when I'm getting back on stage and what my competitive season's going to look like next, or if I'm getting back on stage, or everything. There's just been so much. I think because I have been such a seasonal competitor, people haven't needed to ask because I've been on stage, off stage, on stage, off stage. So now there's been such a big gap, and now obviously we are ready to get back into prep pretty soon. We've still got another couple of months off season, but that's going to be the case. The BNBF British Finals is just literally the Grand Prix, so it's just one class. There's no weight divisions. I will be up against people that will be lighter than me, and I will be up against people that will be much heavier than me. So it's just going to be a case of giving absolutely everything. But that is really going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this one. It's something a little bit different, just me sitting here talking rubbish. But again, I'm trying to keep up this content more than anything else. Trying to just keep producing decent content, decent videos for you guys. So I do hope you enjoy them. If there's anything that you would like to see on this channel, then please don't hesitate to drop a comment down below. We'll get lots of stuff done, especially moving into the new year. Like I said, that is a big goal for 22, is just keeping this YouTube channel alive, keeping my videos alive, and just progressing. I would love to hit 10,000 subscribers, so again, that is a big goal. Fingers crossed we'll hit that moving into 2022. But like I said, that is going to be it. So I do hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have enjoyed it, then please don't forget to drop the video a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all in the next video.